Perspective from one of our favorites, of course, economist Danny Boston, who's back with me now. I want to continue our conversation very quickly, though. However, we saw that family, they were buying from black-owned businesses for a year or so. You brought up something very important in the break, that if you were to go ahead and just spend a little bit more on black-owned businesses, the unemployment in the black community would be dramatically affected.
That's right. Blacks are spending about 6 cents out of every dollar with black-owned businesses. If that were to increase to 12 cents out of every dollar, that would actually lower the existing unemployment rate, which was published today, from 4.1% to 10.9%. That's almost 3 percentage points difference. And that's very, very significant. And it's because black businesses employ about 2/3 of all of their workers are African Americans.
So why is it, when we take a look at these jobs numbers, and they do look like it shows a steady increase here, that we are still seeing the unemployment rate among blacks and Hispanics go up?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's for a very important reason. What's happening is that there's a large number of people coming back into the labor market, almost 500,000. They're coming back into the labor market because they're more optimistic about finding a job. But as they come back in, they're originally classified as unemployed. And so that drives the unemployment rate. Typically, it drives it up. This time, it remained the same. And so that's why you see that particularly among African Americans and Hispanics. And
the 227,000 jobs created, how significant is that? Are we starting to see a trend here?
Yeah, I think you can say that this is a solid, normal recovery now that we're in. If you look at the figure from last month, it was revised upward almost 50,000 to 283,000. And this month, 227,000, but there was also the bad weather that adversely affected construction. And so had that not happened, that number would have been even higher. So we really are on a track for a very, very solid economic recovery.
And are we seeing it play out differently in different industries?
Yeah, it is playing out differently. And up until this last report, what we were seeing is that there was a significant increase in manufacturing as well as construction. Now, we've always had the usual cast of characters, the health services and other kinds of things. But when we start seeing jobs in manufacturing and construction, it's important because 2/3 of workers who lost their jobs and have not been reemployed are in those industries. And so the turnaround there really makes a difference, and that's where we're seeing the turnaround take place. Not as much this last month because of the weather pattern, but generally over the last 3 months, that's where we've seen it.
What does the president need to say to American voters to convince